Good afternoon and salam ibu pertiwiku. Hong Kong police and protesters are facing off Monday morning as authorities try to clear the streets of a few hundred people who stayed near the city government headquarters after massive demonstrations that stretched deep into the night. The police asked for cooperation in clearing the road. Protesters responded with chants, some kneeling in front of the officers. The move came after activists rejected an apology from the city's top leader for her handling of legislation that has stoked fears of expanding control from Beijing in this former British colony. Nearly 2 million of the city's 7 million people turned out on Sunday, according to estimates by protest organizers. Police said 338,000 were counted on the designated protest route in the peak period of the march. Protesters in Hong Kong have begun leaving the streets and gathering near the city's government headquarters. The decision to leave major streets allowed police to reopen them to traffic, averting the possibility of clashes similar to those that broke out on June 12, resulting in about 80 people being injured. A massive blackout left tens of millions of people without electricity in Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay on Sunday, in what the Argentine president called an unprecedented failure in the country's power grid. According to state news agency Telam, authorities were working frantically to restore power, and by the evening, electricity had returned to 98% of Argentina. Power also had been restored to most of Uruguay's 3 million people, as well as to people in neighboring Paraguay. Argentina's power grid is generally known for being in a state of disrepair, with substations and cables that were insufficiently upgraded as power rates remained largely frozen for years. The Argentine energy company Edesur said on Twitter that the failure originated at an electricity transmission point between the power stations at the country's Yacyretá Dam and Salto Grande in the country's northeast. But why it occurred was still unknown. The two oil tankers crippled in attacks in the Gulf of Oman last week that Washington and Riyadh have blamed on Iran are being assessed off the coast of the United Arab Emirates before their cargoes are unloaded. Bernard Scholt Ship Management said damage assessment on Japan's Kokuka Courageous and preparation for ship-to-ship transfer of its methanol cargo would start after authorities in Sharjah, one of the UAE's 7 emirates, complete security checks. Thursday's attacks, which also hit Norwegian tanker Front Altair, have heightened tensions between Iran and the United States and its Gulf allies after similar blasts in May struck 4 ships, including 2 Saudi oil tankers off the UAE. Well, that's all for me. I'm Razi Ahmad, and thank you for watching.